In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, welcome my dear fair secondary school students. I am Mr. Muhammad Mustafa and today we will talk about the present perfect simple. First, we will talk about the form of the present perfect simple in affirmative with the plural pronouns I, you, we, they. They will take have plus past participle. I, you, we, they takes have plus past participle. The third verb or verb 3. But the singular he, she, it takes has plus past participle. Interrogative have I, have you, have we, have they worked. In singular has he, has she, has it worked. In negative we add not to have or has, haven't or hasn't. I, you, we, they haven't worked. I, you, we, they haven't written. He, she, it hasn't worked. He, she, it hasn't written. Next, we will move to the uses of the present perfect simple. We can use it for an action that happened in the past but whose results are obvious in the present. For example, John's car is dirty. John's car is dirty. He washes the car. The present perfect simple, he has washed the car. Next, the second usage of present perfect simple for an, or we can use it for an action that had just finished immediately. Now, Mark is having lunch. He has just had lunch. Okay. Next, time expression. Here, time expression just comes between have or has and the past participle in the middle of the sentence, after have or has, and before the present, the past participle. Next, we can use it also for an action that started in the past and hasn't finished. Started in the past and hasn't finished. Here are the examples. We bought the house in 2000. 2000, we bought the house. We still live in the neighborhood. We have lived here for 15 years. This picture 2000 and that picture 2015. The period from 2000 and 2015, we have lived here for 15 years, or we have lived here since 2000. Here we have time expressions for and since. For and since. Okay, for it comes before a period of time, since before the start of a period. Next, for experiences we have or haven't lived. He has flown a plane, but he has never tried bungee jumping. Have you ever traveled by plane? Here we have never and ever. Here we have never in negative, ever in questions. Number 5, for the usage of present perfect simple, we can use it for an action that happened in an unspecified time. Like what? For example, the children have tidied their room. The children have tidied their room. When? No one can know when. Here, all time expressions of the present perfect simple. Ever, never, just, already, yet, for, since, how long, so far, lately, recently, always. Now we will talk about the time expressions. Here we will talk about already and yet. I have already got dressed. Already comes after have or has and before the past participle or verb 3. Okay? But yet, I haven't done my homework yet. Yet comes at the end of the negative sentence or the question. Has, yes or no question, has Sarah called yet? Here, yet comes at the end of negative sentence or the questions or yes or no questions. Have gone to and have been to. What's the difference between have gone to and have been to in the meaning? Mary has gone to London. Mary has gone to London. I miss her so much. She is still there. There is a difference between have gone and have been to. Here in have gone, have or has gone, she is still there. She is still there. But have been to, okay, have been to, he visited the place. Have you ever been to London? Have you ever been to London? Of course, I have been to London a lot of times. It's such an amazing city. Here, she visited London before, many times, okay? I have been to, I have gone and come back. But have gone, he is still there. Now, we will move to the book, page 30. And 31. Here is the for meaning and function. Present perfect simple. Use the present perfect simple to talk about actions that started at an indefinite time in the past. It is often used to talk about time from the past and now in a person's life. Here examples. Have you been to Kuwait? Yes, I have been to Kuwait. I have visited many places in the Middle East. We can also use the present perfect to talk about recently completed actions. Muhammad Abdul Latif Jamil has contributed greatly to the government's audition program in the kingdom. We also use it to emphasize an action that started in the past and has continued until now and may continue in the future. Li Ka-shing has lived in China for all his life. Time expressions for and since, and this is the important time expressions in the tense, okay, for and since. Use the present perfect simple tense with for to indicate the duration of the action. For, duration of the action, for 2 months, for a year, for a long time. But since to indicate when the action began. Yesterday, last June, January 2010, and so on. Questions with how long. How long has the clothing store been in operation? It has been in operation since 1975, but for 40 years. 40 years. Now we will move to the questions in the page 30. First, we will talk about complete the sentences with for and since. For or since. Number 1, Hamid has had the same TV 15 years. Duration of a period of time. Okay, excellent. We will use for. Number 2, I have had my laptop last June. Excellent. Since we have worked in this project a month. 4, good. My friends haven't visited me since my graduation. Number 5, we have used our car for a long time. I have been drinking tea for years. Tariq has worn glasses the age of 7. Since when have you had that beautiful watch? Since. B. Complete the paragraph with the verbs in the parentheses. Use the present perfect or simple past tense. Amancio Ortega. The son of a railroad worker, Ortega is now Spain's richest man. When Ortega was. B. Was. Okay. He worked as a delivery boy for a shirt maker and later became the manager of a clothing store. He began making clothing in his living room and selling it to local stores. Ortega had, the past of have, an ability to predict what styles were going to be popular and to create these styles with inexpensive materials. Over the last 40 years, the clothing store has gained a reputation for selling designer fashions at reasonable prices. Today, Ortega's company has more than 4,000 stores in 21 countries. Now we will move to page 31. Past simple versus present perfect. Use the present perfect to talk about an action that happened in the past. Okay? When the exact time isn't known or isn't important. The time isn't known or isn't important in the present perfect. But we use the simple present tense when the exact time is given. On the contrary, present perfect, no time. Okay? Simple tense, simple past, the time is given. Have you ever met a billionaire? No, I have never met a billionaire. When did he start the company? He started the company in the late 70s. Here is the no time expressions we can use. The present perfect are yet, so far, ever, never, already, recently, lately, once, twice, etc. Asking and telling about personal experiences. Have you ever ordered books online? Yes. So far this year I have ordered 25 books online. No, I have never ordered books online, but I have bought other products through the internet. I haven't bought books online yet. I buy them from the bookstore on the corner. Now we will move to the last questions in the page 31. Complete the conversation. Use the present perfect and simple past. Then practice with a partner. Have you ever to charity? Have you ever given to charity? No, I have becomes haven't. No, haven't. Have you? Yes, I gave some clothes and books. That's great. I want to make a donation too. Number 2, I tacos in Mexico years ago. I add, what did they taste like? They were spicy. Okay. Number 3, Sheikh Sulaiman bin Abdulaziz al-Rajhi, always a billionaire. He has Sheikh Sulaiman bin Abdulaziz always been a billionaire? No, he hasn't. Has he ever given money to charity? Yes, he has. He gave some of his wealth to charity in 2011. I have never been in a helicopter. I flew in one over the Red Sea. I'd like to do that one day. here we have finished our lessons today. Thank you.